I'm really excited to talk with you all, and we're going to talk about camp coming up. So, I thought it would be a really good idea to bring Ingrid on, who has been to camp. There's many of you in this group who don't even know what camp is. You're like, why do I want to go? We're going to talk all about it because, listen, you do not want to miss out on camp. So, the first thing I want to do is I want to share the website. Here is the website that you guys can go to if you want to learn a little bit more about camp. We're going to talk about it, but I just thought I would bring up the website. So if you go to refusediabetescamp.com, refusediabetescamp.com is going to bring you to this page. Saturday, we have one option, Sunday, March 30th. And if you click on that, you will go right to the registration page. And if you want to learn a little bit more, like you want to read up on it, you can read up on it. There's also a couple clips actually from one of the camps I did that you can watch if you want to kind of learn more about it. But here's what I wanted to talk with you guys about is camp is a virtual, so you come on a Zoom, a webinar, a Zoom call, and it's a virtual 4 hour. I sometimes go a little overboard, right, Ingrid? Sometimes go over.
Just a little.
Yeah, just a little. But it's a 4 hour health workshop, women only. And we cover so much in that 4 hours. And so I want to go over some of the things we talk about. This is a diabetes group. So a lot of women in this group are pre or type 2 diabetes. So of course, if you've been diagnosed with prediabetes, you need to be at camp because if you've been just diagnosed with prediabetes, you are on right at the verge of your diabetes journey. And trust me when I say you do not want your diabetes to get worse, and it will get worse if you don't do anything about it. And your doctors will not be able to help you, right, Ingrid? First of all, you know this from experience that when you get diagnosed with prediabetes or even type 2 diabetes, doctors don't know what to do. All they do is want to prescribe you with medications. I
Yes.
mean, you were on what, 12?
Um, 12 or 13. Yes. Yeah, I think it was 13 actually.
Yeah, and when
Mhm.
you were diagnosed with diabetes and they put you on those medications, your doctor did not tell you how to get off medications, right?
No, no, they just kept giving me more and more as needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just what listen, you guys, doctors, although I love doctors, I think they're really good at three things. Here's what they're good at. They're good at diagnosing, drawing your blood labs, surgery and trauma care. That's what they're good at. They are not good at curing, preventing, and they don't know how to reverse diabetes. In fact, most of your doctors, and I know this for a fact because I've talked to you guys, most of your doctors will tell you you can't reverse your diabetes. Once you have it, you'll always have it, or they'll tell you, oh, it's hereditary. No. Type 2 diabetes, prediabetes is a lifestyle disease, 100%. And so camp is going to actually give you guys the facts about that. It's also going to talk to you guys about why did you get diabetes? Like you don't just get diabetes, you wake up one morning and you have it. Like it's a progression, it's a progressive disease. Which brings me to my other point is so if you've been diagnosed with prediabetes, or if you have type 2, or if you are in this group and you haven't been diagnosed with pre, you haven't been diagnosed with type 2, but you are overweight and you are having a heck of a time like losing weight, or if you're on a lot of medications, even if you haven't been diagnosed with prediabetes, listen, if you are overweight, and this is going to hurt for some of you guys, if you are overweight and on medications, your next diagnosis in the chain of events is prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. So if you're in that position, ladies, if you're in the where you're just having a hard time losing weight and you're not feeling good and you have fatigue and you're on blood pressure medication or cholesterol medication, get to camp because I'm going to talk all about that. So that's the first thing is we're going to talk about really why is it that you can't lose weight? Like Ingrid, when you joined, when you went to camp,
Yep.
you were struggling with not only the medications, but you had no idea why you couldn't lose weight,
No. And
right?
I was grossly overweight at that time as well. And it was really, really hard to lose. You know, the other thing you were talking about the doctors, not only do they put you on medications, and I know some of the other ladies, they're sent for a diabetes class at the hospital. But after learning what you taught me, that diabetes class, everything they teach you is totally wrong, and it doesn't help you.
Right.
It does not help heal the cells. It makes you
Right.
probably sicker. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point actually, Ingrid, because a lot of you guys in this group and a lot of women I know, they come to camp because they've been to diabetes educators. And
Yeah.
diabetes educators are basically just like doctor's assistants, to be honest, because they have no idea how to help you with your nutrition. They say they do, but they don't. You know, on the ADA, which is the American Diabetes Association website, on the American Diabetes Association website, in their website, they tell you you can have Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true.
Yeah. So the ADA, the diabetes educators, your medical doctors, they don't want you getting better. They want you on medications. And here, I was just talking to a lady yesterday who was on eight medications. And she was like, "Oh, my doctor told because I had fatigue. Her doctor told her she was lazy, and then what his advice to her was, you're lazy and we need to put you on more medications because if you're lazy and you can't exercise, your blood sugars are going to continue to get higher. And she can't exercise because she's so freaking tired. She's got so much fatigue. And the reason why is the side effect of these medications will bring on fatigue too, along with having prediabetes. So we're going to talk about all of that. And this is why I love the camp because we have 4 hours together. I'm going to be able to answer your questions. I'm going to be able to talk to you. I'm going to be able to explain. You can't explain that in a 20-minute class or an hour class. Like we are going to dig deep on those issues. So stubborn weight, why it won't budge. We're going to talk about that. If you have stubborn weight and won't budge, chances are you are insulin resistance, which is the next step from insulin resistance is prediabetes. And listen, you can stay in insulin resistance for years. You can stay in prediabetes for years, but you're never going to be able to get better and reverse it unless you have the answers. And that's what camp is going to help you do. It's going to help give you answers. We're also going to talk about cholesterol, right? How many of you guys, including you, Ingrid, how many
Yep.
of you guys were told that you have to be on cholesterol medication, especially if you have diabetes? 100% of the time.
Absolutely.
And take it a step further, a lot of doctors, you go in and get your cholesterol taken, and let's say you're well, according to them, let's say you're not even that high. They're going to put you on a cholesterol medication if you're over 50 because they think preventative. And cholesterol medication, I'm doing a whole segment on this, you guys. Cholesterol statins is one of the worst drugs that causes so much disruption in your body on a cellular level and for all of your tissues. And a lot of women, when they go to their doctor, they just believe their doctors, oh, I need to go on the cholesterol medication because it's high. I'm scared you're going to have a heart attack. No, I'm going to prove to you that your cholesterol numbers are not in the numbers themselves. There's no relation to your numbers and heart attacks. None. So wouldn't it be important to understand that? Like my dad. I talk about my dad who had a heart attack 2 years ago, and his cholesterol wasn't high. So okay, explain that. Like if your cholesterol wasn't high, he wasn't on a statin. His cholesterol wasn't high, and he had a heart attack. Explain that. Right? So I'm going to actually teach you guys like if your doctor's saying you need to go on a cholesterol medication because you're going to have a heart attack or heart disease, get to camp. I'm going to explain to you why, and then you can go to your doctor and say, "Hey, what about this? It's going to empower you to be able to have these conversations and kind of question your doctor because your doctor, all they want to do is keep you on medications.
That is
And
very
the
true.
side effects of statins, Ingrid, you know this because the side effects of medications, of statins especially, what is, since they introduced statins, guess what the number one disease is, or what the number one diagnosis is since they introduced statins in 1985?
What's that?
Alzheimer's and dementia. Because yeah, and I'm going to explain why. So if you're on a statin and if you're been on a statin for a while, I'm going to teach you at camp why what would be the criteria for you to have a conversation with your doctor to get you off a statin because the longer you're on a statin, the closer you are to dementia, the closer you are to Alzheimer's.
That's kind of scary.
Right?
Yep.
Right. It's one of the first things I do when people come to work with me. I get them off a statin because listen, you have to have a plan. I mean, you can't just go off a statin cold turkey and not have a plan, but getting off a statin is not hard if you have a plan and if you know what, if you understand it. So we're going to talk a lot about that. We're going to also talk about fatigue and pain. And there, it's so related when you have diabetes or prediabetes or even if you're overweight, you have so much inflammation in the body. Like you just do. If you're 10, 15 pounds overweight, you have inflammation. And the more inflammation you have, the more fatigued you are, the more aches and pains that you have. There's so many of you guys in this group who have been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I roll my eyes because fibromyalgia was never a thing until a doctor couldn't, until a group of doctors got together and they're like, "Oh, all these women are having pain and fatigue. We don't know what to call it. So let's create a condition. Let's create a diagnosis. Fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is inflammation and nutritional deficiency. That's what fibromyalgia is. Ingrid, you had pain
I had lots of pain.
and
Yes.
neuropathy.
I had neuropathy, but most of all, I had stomach pains. And
That was from the metformin.
yeah, well, I was on so many pills, I'm not really sure what caused it. But the funny thing is, you know what they did to cure the stomach pain?
Give you more meds.
They gave me another pill.
Right.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why your doctors have failed you. The third leading cause of death is medical mistakes, medical error, and medical diagnosing. That's the third leading cause of death. And so doctors are they're pumping you guys with pills. The pills are disrupting your body's natural innate intelligence to be able to operate like it should. It's increasing your inflammation. I just talked to a lady yesterday on 8 medications and I'm like, why are you taking the medications? She's like, I don't know. My doctor said I should. I'm like, right. So are your blood sugars better? She's like, no. Is your blood pressure better? No. Is your cholesterol better? No. Do you feel better? No. Like, then why are you on them? Right? Like you guys have to learn this stuff. And so I want to teach you about all of this because your doctor will never, they're not there to help you with understanding your health. They are there to prescribe. They are drug experts, not health experts. That's it. So I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do this. I want to show them your before and after, Ingrid.
Okay.
Might as well. Yeah, I want them to see like the yeah, right here. Let's show it. Here, you guys, is a picture of Ingrid before and after. And you guys are just not even going to believe this. Here we go. So, do you remember this, Ingrid? This was 4 or 5 years ago now.
Hmm.
4 or 5 years ago.
I do remember this, Terry. What a scary picture.
Yeah, you were 65 pounds
Mhm.
heavier. You were on 10 more medications,
Yep.
12 sizes, high more,
Yeah.
right?
Now that I look back, it's unbelievable, actually. The
Right.
transformation. Yeah.
Well, and just think about this, Ingrid. What if you would have never decided to come to camp, never decided to take that step? Where
Um,
would you be today, do you think?
I hate to even think about it, Terry, because I don't know. I think I would personally be in a lot of trouble. I'd still be on all those meds. I don't think I would have lost the weight, not as much anyways, because it was just too hard on my own. And I didn't know where else to turn. So it's kind of, yeah, I have no idea. It's kind of scary to think where I would be.
Yeah, and here's the other beautiful thing is like when you learned everything, you became empowered. And
Yes,
with becoming empowered, what happens is you're able to reverse the diabetes, lose the weight, and maintain it. You've kept
yes.
that weight off for over 4 years.
Yeah, it's been just
right?
about 5 years now.
Yeah, and you
Absolutely.
kept your weight off, you kept your inches down, you kept your medica those 10 medications. You're not back on any of those.
Nope. And it makes you a much happier person too. Once you're feeling better, you're no longer taking all those meds, you're looking pretty decent, you've lost all that weight. It definitely improves your life in every aspect.
Yeah. I mean, I could go through some of these other, let's go through like Consuelo too. She came to camp down 51 pounds, 43 inches off 8 medications. Look at Jackie, same thing, right? Look at, I was going to show Jen here because I know Jen, I think I see her in the call here. Yeah, Jen, she's actually watching this live. Jennifer, amazing results.
Yeah.
She reversed her diabetes. And listen, just so you guys understand, when I claim somebody has reversed their diabetes, this is the criteria for reversing your diabetes. Your A1C has to be under 5.7. So it has to be 5.6 or lower. And you have to maintain that 5.6 for a year or more without any diabetes medications. So if you are off of your diabetes medications, your A1C is under 5.7, and you've maintained that for a year, you've officially reversed your diabetes. So Jen has officially reversed her diabetes. Her A1C has been under 5.6 for over I think it's almost 2.5 years now. Judy is another one. Same thing. She reversed her diabetes, lost 80 pounds. And these women are still to this day, they're thriving. And it all started, these ladies came to camp. Camp is an amazing opportunity for you guys to be able to sit in, listen, learn, take notes. You're going to get a ton of information. I'm going to give you workbooks, and I'm going to give you or worksheets. I'm going to give you a recipe book. I'm going to give you Q&A time. It's going to be a working camp. I'm going to give you a nutritional assessment. Do you guys understand or realize that most of you are so nutrient deficient, which is what's driving a lot of inflammation and why your doctor is putting you on medications? A lot of times they're putting you on medication because you have a symptom when a symptom could really be removed by proper nutrients. And most of you guys, because you are on so many medications and you have diabetes, your body is blocking your ability to absorb nutrients. So again, I keep bringing up this lady from yesterday, but she's like, "Yeah, I'm on 8 medications, and I'm on, all these." She's listing off yerba mate teas and all these other supplements, and I'm like, "Listen, lady, listen, girl." I'm like, you're spending all this money on supplements and it's a waste because your body's not even absorbing it's not even absorbing it because all the medications you're on are blocking it and the inflammation is blocking it and the blood sugars, all that inflammation, the high insulin, all that is blocking your body's ability, your cells' ability to absorb any of the nutrients. So no wonder why they try a supplement for a month and it doesn't work and then they like, oh, supplements don't work. Supplements do work, but we got to get you off the medications. We replace medications with supplements, but we can't do that right away. We've got to lower the inflammation and get you off the medication. So you're going to learn so much about that at camp. We're going to talk about hormones. When you have diabetes or when you're overweight or menopause, perimenopause, when you are going through that, oh my word, like hello hormones. And that's why a lot of women have such a hard time losing weight because the hormones are all over the place. And if you have diabetes and you're on medications, you're going to be stuck for a long time. And the last thing I'm going to say is diabetes is a progressive disease. If you do not learn this information from me and you do not take the steps to learn it, your diabetes 100% will get worse.
Yeah.
100%. It's just the progression. But here's the good news. 100% reversible. Diabetes is 100% reversible. Type 2 or pre, not type 1, but type 2 and pre-diabetes, 100% reversible. So if your doctor is telling you you can't, or you have a family member that's, oh, you're never going to be able to do it, or you're being told it's hereditary, it's just a lie. Come to camp. Let me educate you. Become empowered, become informed so that you can feel empowered and you can start taking some steps to feel better. You are going to have so many things to take away from at camp that you can start applying immediately. And, listen, you get 4 to 5 hours of camp with me for $47. So it's not even about the money. The only reason I charge, to be very honest, is so that I can make sure people at least show up. Because if you do anything you do for free, nobody shows. If they commit to something, they don't show. So you got to have a little skin in the game. $50, come on. It's like the information you're getting is worth thousands of dollars. I promise you. Okay, Ingrid. So is there anything else that you can think of that you'd like to share about camp or encourage these ladies to enroll in camp?
Well, sure. Like you said, camp is actually very empowering to the ladies that are attending, and it provides them with a lot of knowledge and tools to take better charge of their health. The other thing is you'll be able to connect with other women who share similar goals, providing community and motivation. That was really important for me. You're not alone, you've got support.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's fun to learn with other women there too. And
Yes.
also, you know, other women will have questions and you'll learn from their questions. Usually, the women they kind of have the same questions, but sometimes, the questions are like, "Ooh, I didn't think of that." So it's really a powerful way to learn is when you're in a group situation, a conferencing like we're doing on Zoom, and it's interactive. I'm going to give you things to do. We're going to give you a nutrient deficiency test, which is basically you're gonna be able to walk away with knowing what your nutritional deficiencies are. You're gonna get a cookbook. You're gonna get some steps and some tools and some things you can apply right away to start feeling better and reducing your inflammation. So I want to encourage all of you guys, please, if you can, don't wait because I only, there's no other dates I have set for this camp. It's just Sunday, March 30th. I picked the day that most people are available. So, come and join us. Um, it's 12 p.m. Eastern start, and we'll go from 12 to 4 or 5 o'clock. And then it's listed in the camp here. It's listed on the page what the other times are. So yeah. Okay. Well, listen, those of you who are watching this, if there's any questions, just post in the comments. If you have any questions, I will also post the link in the comments. I'll post it, so you can get registered. And right as soon as you get registered, you will be getting access to the online portal, which kind of gives you a bunch of information and some things to do prior to camp. And you'll get some materials emailed to you. So get registered, ladies.
Come and
I
join
was
us.
going to see if there's any questions here. Um, Jennifer says, I saw a medical dietitian and she didn't help my type 2 at all. Working with us, she reversed her type 2 diet. Yeah, yeah, Jen, right? I showed a picture of you. Girl, Jen, just amazing job you've done. Yeah, so some of you watching this, you need to come to camp. I'm telling you, it will change your life.
It will.
Everybody here you in the comments who've been to camp, including Ingrid, I've never had anybody say, "Oh, that wasn't worth it." You will learn so much. I tend to want to over deliver, and because I'm so passionate to help you, it pains me when women are suffering. Pains me. So get to camp. I'm excited to meet you guys. If you have any questions, type them in the comments. I'll get back to you. And hopefully, we will see you guys soon at camp. Talk to you later. Thanks, Ingrid.
Bye.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.